Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. It is so nice to meet you guys. If you are new, if you love makeup content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. So today we're going to be doing a full face of e.l.f. You guys know I love affordable makeup, love all of the drugstore makeup, the beauty of it. I'm such a fan, and I love e.l.f. It is one of my absolute favorite brands. You will hear me say that throughout this video. It is truly like so comparable to so many high-end products. They kill it every time. And I have a full face of e.l.f. on my eyes today except for the lashes. That's like the only thing that I don't have on that is completely e.l.f. But like literally everything else, every complexion item, everything else, which at first I was surprised. I thought maybe I didn't have like a foundation that I loved from e.l.f. That's a lie. I have all of the things I love from e.l.f. Like I literally did this full face and was like, wow, my makeup looks poppin'. I love it so much. So if you guys want to see some of my favorite e.l.f. products and the things that I keep in my collection and are just like absolute staples, go ahead and keep watching. And if you are e.l.f. by any stretch of the imagination, I would love to work with you. Thank you. That's all. Moving on. Okay, you guys, so I'm beyond excited. Let's go ahead and jump in. Today I'm going to be using this is kind of their newer e.l.f. Putty primer. This is the acne fighting one. It has salicylic acid in it. So you can see I barely made a dent in this one as compared to my matte putty primer is obviously, you know, we've hit pan on that one. My skin is actually doing pretty good right now. For a minute there it was struggling, but I feel like I've finally gotten back in touch with my skincare and we're working it out. So today I'm just going to be using this one. I normally love going with this primer. I'm just not going to go in with it today. I feel like there's not a need for me to like do super long wearing makeup, but this is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. This is still available on their website for a minute. It was limited edition, but like you can see how much I love it, and they do have backup. You know what, let me just use it for the sake of the video. But this is the texture of it. It is a jelly-like primer, and then you apply it and it just really leaves your makeup super tacky and or like your base super tacky, and just honestly perfect for long-lasting makeup. And if you're really into that dewy effect, it also helps do that as well. I do go in with matte foundations, so it really does help to make that matte foundation a little bit more satin. And it also, personally, the reason I liked it so much is I find that it is just perfect for that really long lasting effect on your makeup. It is my favorite. I love it so much. And currently the only spray that I have from e.l.f., because I go through them so quickly, is the e.l.f. Stay All Night Micro Fine Mist setting spray. This is an up to 16-hour wear, so especially if you're new in makeup, this is perfect for you to use to just like set your makeup and like have a really long lasting finish. I really love it. For a minute there I was like, oh, I don't have any e.l.f. foundations. I literally have one of my favorite foundations is the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream foundation. So I have it here in a lighter shade and a darker shade. Today I'm going to go in with the lighter one, which is Light 240W. I also do have a darker one in case I want to mix them or if I'm self-tanned. You guys, this is such an amazing product. I actually do have one that is, this is the same exact shade. It's just this one has been all used up, so I'm actually going to use the one I'm currently using. I just wanted to show you guys my new ones because I wanted to show you guys that I have backups. I love it so much. Also, you guys, this is a dupe for a high-end foundation from It Cosmetics, the It Cosmetics CC Cream. This is a dupe for it. That one has a little bit more skin-loving ingredients, I think, but this one also has collagens, peptides, and niacinamide. So I think even in the ingredient list it's pretty similar if I'm not mistaken. This is the shade I'm using. It's Light 240W. It is a little bit light for me, as you can see, but I'm not self-tanned at all. I'm gonna self-tan. You know what? Let me go in with the darker shade a little bit too, because I am gonna self-tan after this video, and then my face is gonna be way too light. So I'm just gonna mix them real quick on my cheek right here, kind of using my own face as a mixing palette. Also, I'm using the e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. This is an amazing sponge. It's my favorite sponge at the drugstore. Okay, you guys, so you can see the finish of this, and I think it's really lovely. I think that with the products that I have underneath, I think it like makes it a little bit more of a dewier finish. Obviously I'm gonna set my face. I feel like personally I'm one of those people who like just cannot not set their face, but yes, I really love this foundation. I'm gonna go in with two of my favorite products from the e.l.f. brand. This is their e.l.f. Putty like line. This is the Putty bronzer in the shade Tanlines and the Putty blush in the shade Tahiti. I love this bronzer because it is a dupe for the Milk Makeup matte bronzing stick. The shade I have is like pretty spot on to the shade Baked The Milk Makeup one is a little bit more dewy on the skin when you're applying it, like a little bit softer, and I have to be honest, I love that application method a little bit more, like the twist up tube. But this is so travel friendly because it's so small. So like if I'm ever going somewhere, this is the one that I take with me because it's the same kind of concept product in such a small container that it's so easy to like just pack in your everyday makeup bag and take on the go with you. So I love it, love it, love it for that. Also, this shade is just like so beautiful, and they do have so many shades of this. So I don't think Milk Makeup has as many shades of that product. So for that one, I have to give points to e.l.f. Also, just for like affordability and accessibility, e.l.f. obviously wins. But yeah, I'm just using a small foundation brush. So I personally like to stipple on the bronzer, both this one and the other one. I just like to stipple them on, do a little bit of swiping, but mostly I'm just, like I said, stippling. And I like to go back in with my foundation sponge and just kind of like clean up the edges. Now I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Putty Blush. The one thing I think is difficult is going between products with these, because you're definitely like gonna get some transfer if you go with the same brush. So I'm just cleaning mine on a little makeup wipe, because you can see when I open this, you can see the rim has a little bit of bronzer on it. I don't really mind. I still like swirl my brush and get a great amount of product. And so I'm just gonna apply this blush a little bit higher up on my cheeks. This is such a beautiful blush, and I love it because it still manages to show up through my other products. So I love it. I mean, and if you are somebody who likes a dewy finish, you can do this. Like, put these on over a CC cream or a BB cream, or just a little bit of concealer on your skin. These look amazing just on the skin alone. And I know because I've definitely used them by themselves, like just on my bare skin. So I love that. If you guys have not yet tried the e.l.f. concealers, you're living under a rock, please go try them. They are high-end comparable, like such dupes for some high-end products, aka Tarte Shape Tape, and the creamy version. So this one is the matte and this one is the hydrating. Personally, I like the hydrating one a little bit more, but I also really like the matte one. I think I like the other one a little bit more because I have so many shades of the matte one, but they're either too light or too dark. Quite a couple shades of the matte one. It's just I have like, there's some are too light and some are too dark. So let's see, I've got medium peach, light sand, fair beige, and tan sand. Only one of these is like my perfect shade, and that is, I think tan sand is my perfect shade for that one. But for the other one, it's medium peach. I think this is just a really good shade. But I do have a darker one, so sometimes, especially this light one, I will mix. But these are also really great to have for clients, and so that's why I keep them in my collection. So let's go ahead and try the matte one today. I haven't used it in a while. This is the one light sand. If you guys follow me on my channel, I use the hydrating one all the time. I have to say it is a favorite, but let's go in with the 16-hour matte one. Yeah, this is just a little bit too light for my taste, and this one is the shade Light Sand. Let's try the shade Medium Peach. See, it's still like just a different like shade. Strangely enough, this one I feel like this is less peachy and a little bit more neutral. This one is Light Sand. This one is Medium Peach. But then I also have a deeper one. This is in the shade Tan Sand. This is the one that I think is the closest, but it's also the one that I mix with all of those to get like a perfect shade. So I think that's my issue with these, while the shade Medium Peach and the hydrating one is perfect. So just don't be like me. Don't assume that just because you love one shade that the other shade is going to translate perfectly, because it's not. The same thing also happened to me with the Tarte high-end foundation. It's the exact same thing happened. So we're just gonna have a nice highlighted under eye today. I also just, whatever I have on my under eye, I disperse it to the rest of the face, just to really even things out. Also, before I finish blending this out, I am going to go with my e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. I love this setting powder. It is so ridiculously good. I have the shade Light, and I love the packaging. I feel like a lot of powders don't have this like kind of packaging anymore, and I really love that packaging. Also, did you guys see that Tati Beauty is going out of business, which is like super sad because I love their palette. Let me know if you guys want me to not use the Tati Beauty palette in my videos anymore. This is just a powder puff, like it's not a big deal, but I still do videos with the Tati Beauty palette on my channel because I love it. I think it's like one of the best palettes to ever have come out. So basically, I'm wondering if you guys think I shouldn't use it. Do you guys have a palette? Do you still want to see videos with it? Or are you just like, please no? So I'm just gonna dust off this powder. Really, you can see that like it kind of absorbed into the rest of my face on other areas. It's just like my under eye where I really packed on the product, or like it's still there because I just put so much product. But one thing I really love about those cream products is that even as soon as I am like done with my face, or like as soon as I've set my face, then like I've already got my bronzer and blush on, and like if I'm really in a rush, that step is easier than trying to build up powder products. So now I'm going to go in with some bronzer and blush, highlight all the face stuff. So I think the only bronzer that I have from e.l.f. is in their bronzer palette, but this is a really great palette, especially if you're a beginner. Also a really great travel palette because of the mirror. It has 2 mattes in 2 different shades, and then 2 like shimmery ones, which I actually really like. So this one's my favorite, the lighter one. So I'm just gonna dip my brush into there and just take a little bit of the matte one, like the other matte one that's a little darker. And I like to start at the back of my like cheekbone. Oh my god, there's so much powder on my sweater, it's not even funny, but it's okay. I'm about to self tan after this. Also, I was thinking about it before, and I'm like, a full face of e.l.f. would be great. I love e.l.f. so much. It's probably my favorite drugstore brand. They have such amazing products, especially complexion, which I think is actually really hard to nail in my opinion. I feel like so many brands, like, I'd rather my complexion look good. Lately, I've been mostly passionate about complexion products instead of, like, palettes and stuff. Like, I love palettes and I love doing my eyeshadow, but, like, complexion is, like, lately where my heart is at. This process of doing my complexion just makes me so happy. I'm just taking the lighter shade right here, and I'm using it to contour my nose and my lip. The other day, somebody told me that they were using a super high-end foundation, and she said, like, it's not giving what it needs to give. And I'm like, girl, like, go to the drugstore, I promise. Like, you're gonna spend a fraction of the price, and you are gonna be pleased at the results. I don't know. I love drugstore makeup. It's so where my passion is at. And not because it's, like, the makeup, because I love the makeup and that's fun, but I love it because it's accessible to women, and I'm passionate about it because it makes you feel better about yourself. It's something that is, like, affordable to every woman. Like, every woman can go and get a little bit something from the drugstore, or at least most women can. And I feel like it bridges the gap of, like, you think that just because you have money you can only look a certain way. Like, no, you can look a certain way without having thousands and thousands of dollars to spend on your appearance. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So I also really love these from e.l.f. So I do have their blush palette, which I love. I think it's a really nice blush palette, especially this shade right here. I love it. This is really great for deeper skin tones. This is their light one, so they also do have a deeper one. So I love these little $3 palettes though. So I'm going to use this instead today of the blush palette. I'm going to use this for my blush and my, well, I guess another layer of blush, because technically I already have the one, or the other, like the Putty blush. I already have that one on, and you can obviously see it, but I'm going to go with this blush, which I really like. This is in the shade Lychee, and so this is also the highlighter that I'm going to use today. This is $3, you guys, and they have palettes like this. I'm such a big fan of e.l.f. They do affordability so good because their products are bomb. Like, this is such a nice freaking blush. Like, look at that pigment, and it blends beautifully. Snatched. I love it. It's my favorite. I mean, look at that. I love it. It's so intense. Okay, so right at this step, now that I have all the matte products on my face, I'm gonna set my face with the e.l.f. setting spray really quick. Also, this comes out like a microfine mist. Super nice. Do you guys see that? Like, did you see the mist at all? Because, like, I don't think, like, you can barely see it. Like, I'm gonna put my sleeve in front of it so you can see. But it's so nice. I love it. So I'm gonna let this dry really quick, and then we're gonna move into highlighter. I'm gonna use this both for my nose, my inner corner, and my face. Again, it's in the same little palette. This honestly performs like a high-end highlighter. Anastasia who if this palette came out, like if this product was out when I first started doing my makeup, the like game changing that it would have been for me, it would have been amazing. So that's why I make videos like this, because I know that there are girls who are just starting out with makeup, girls and women who are starting out with makeup now, and they deserve bomb products at an affordable price, and e.l.f. does that. And so I really wanted to do this video to just showcase how awesome these products are. So here I applied it with a very loose brush. Obviously my skin was like very lightly damp. It looks intense, looks like wet skin. I'm gonna take a finer, like more precise brush and just show you guys that you can totally build this up. Right, that's where I build it up, and it's like, it's really nice. It's a really nice highlighter. In fact, it's so nice. I'm gonna put this actually in my travel makeup bag. I have like built a travel makeup bag for like all the time on the go, just like I'm running late, let's grab this and get out the door. So I put that there because it deserves to be in there, and I don't really use it that much on my daily basis because I have so many palettes of blush and highlight, and now I have something to put in there. So I think they might also have bronzers like that. If they do, I totally need to pick one up. Also, they have a really great bronzer. I personally don't own it, but it is the like e.l.f. primer infused bronzer. People love it. People rave about it. It's amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do brows now. I only have one brow product from e.l.f. and it is their e.l.f. brow pomade. I have the shade medium brown. I don't use it all the time, and I definitely don't use it on my channel when I'm like, because normally when I film videos, I want my makeup to look like absolutely snatched and perfect and like the very best of like what I consider the best, you know? So, because I'm normally filming right before I go out or have somewhere to go. And I think this pomade is just like a smidge too dark, so that's why I don't use it on my channel that often. It is also a very soft pomade. You can kind of see like my brush can pick up quite a bit of product pretty easily, so I do use the cap to kind of disperse some of that product. So yeah guys, I feel like it honestly comes out like almost black, which I don't really love. Like, even though technically my eyebrow hairs are black, I love a lighter brow. I like my brow hair to actually look brown, and this is medium brown, so that's the one thing I have like negative to say about this, because the formula is okay. It's not that. It's the fact that medium brown is basically black. I will just swatch it on my hand for you guys to see. Like, yes, it's brown, but it's such a dark brown that it's definitely like dark brown to, I guess it has a really ashy undertone as a brown, and so it's like, that's like why, even though it's just a dark brown really, because it definitely shouldn't be called medium brown because I don't think it's medium, but I think that like the ashy undertone is why it looks so black personally. But I'm gonna finish up the other brow and then we can get into the rest of the face. Okay, so brows are done. To shape them, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, so you guys can see this one in action. You can tell I like this one a little bit more than the other one. But basically, I'm just going to do 2 dots. I'm going to use this one to prime my eyes. I actually like this one a little bit better than the other one for the eyes. It's not as drying, which is kind of the same reason I like it a little bit more for the face. So after I do the top of my brow, I just like to take a fluffy brush. This one's kind of dense. It's for Real Techniques. And I'm just going to like pat and diffuse that shade into the rest of the like foundation that I already had like lingering on my eyes. So I will say I don't have any e.l.f. eyeshadow palettes except for this one, and that's just because I do splurge on my eyeshadow palettes compared to like other products in my collection. These are great. They're also only $3. This one's in the shade Pumpkin Pie. I love this one. Obviously I've hit pan on it and I use these 2 shades the most probably. So I'm just going to create a look with this really quickly just to show you guys how the product works and just like kind of it in action. I really love this product, especially when I'm just like doing on the go quick makeup. I find that it's so easy and blends so nicely. So I'm just taking this lightest shade in this one and diffusing it all over the like crease of my eye. I'm making sure to diffuse it as like my transition really well. And then I'm going to build it up in the crease as like my crease color as well. This is a super versatile palette. Also, e.l.f. makes really great eyeshadow brushes, you guys. The fluffy eye blender brush is one of my favorite from them. So I actually have quite a few brushes from e.l.f. but like my brush collection is kind of scattered right now. But I do have quite a bit of brushes from them, and also I pretty much only use affordable brushes. Like the bougiest brushes I have are probably from like literally Morphe, like the big collections like that Jaclyn Hill has done with them, things like that. But no, I don't just like splurge on brushes. I'm also going to take this shade and run it on the lower lash line. I have a lot of powder sitting there, so in that area of my face, so I'm going to take my damp sponge and press it underneath the eye. This is going to help my eyeshadow there to stick, because now it's not just like a bunch of extra powder going on more powder. You can see it's like showing up a little bit better now. I love the way this looks. I've literally done just this and then put some eyeliner on and called it a day, or put this shade in the crease. I love, or like this one all over the eye. Love it. Today I'm going to actually use this one because it's fall time. I feel like I can get away with using more like orangey tones. So I'm gonna use this one today, and I'm literally just gonna take it on my finger and swipe it all over the lid. You're gonna tell me that does not resemble a high-end eyeshadow? Like, look how nice. And that's just with my finger. My eyelids aren't even like tacky, and I'm just using my finger to diffuse this like up into the eye. Now I'm gonna go back into this previous palette we were using earlier, and I'm gonna use this as my inner corner highlight. And that's another thing, like make sure to use your products like as diversely as you possibly can. Like this, I didn't have to have a highlighting shade in that palette because I had this. We made it work. It's beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes really quick. I don't have any e.l.f. lashes with me. I do know they make them, but I've never purchased any. But I'm just gonna go ahead and curl my lashes. I do really love this mascara from e.l.f. This is their e.l.f. Big Mood Mascara. I think it's like literally $6, and it's such a nice mascara. I'm thoroughly thoroughly obsessed with this mascara, you guys. It's super affordable. I love like the wand applicator on this, especially for my top lashes. I don't love it that much for the bottom lashes. I think it looks great on the top lashes. So that's like one coat. I'm gonna go ahead and do my lips really quick. So e.l.f. came out with their Retro Paradise lip liners, which I was a huge fan of. So I'm gonna mix the darker shade, the brown, and the nude. This is probably my favorite brown lip liner in my collection. So while this is not available anymore, they do also have really great lip products. And now I'm just gonna mix it with the like medium shade that came in that kit. e.l.f. has some really great products. So I do love their lipsticks. This is one I really like. This one's in the shade Touch of Nude. And that's just like one of their regular lipsticks. They also came out with a lip liner lipstick Nabella Noir collab. I love the lip liner from this as well, but this is probably one of my favorite nude liquid lipsticks in my collection. It was limited edition, so I'm devastated that I can't get it anymore. But basically the trend is they do lots of collabs. So like you can always find something really awesome from them in there within like their collabs. But I'm just gonna go in with this staple. This is their Touch of Nude lipstick. This is their Beautifully Bare Satin lipstick in the shade Touch of Nude. And like I said, it is satin, so it's not completely matte, but I really like it, especially for this time of year. Like, it looks matte from far away, but it is hydrating to the lips, which I really do like, because my lips have been super dry. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish up my mascara and pop on some lashes. This is totally not e.l.f., but this is the Kiss Eyeliner Lash Glue. I'm going to use this today. I've really been liking this. I'm going to go pick up a backup of it when I go to the store here in a little bit. So I'm gonna finish up my lashes. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, lashes are on. I also popped in these earrings. They are from Walmart. They were literally like $2.88, $2.99, something like that. But they are actually a dupe for an earring that Jaclyn Hill came out with in her collection. So go to Walmart, check out the Time and True earrings. Yeah, they were $2.88 and they're hypoallergenic. They have these and then also just plain gold hoops, which again are totally dupes for what she came out with if you guys are like looking for that. I think I might do a video of like some dupes for her stuff just because like I loved her stuff. It was beautiful, but like I'm not gonna drop $50 per item, and like I'm someone who loves changing out my jewelry. That was like a little side note right there. But yeah, I love the way this look came out. It looks so fall and so glam. It's like such a classic glam. So yeah, the lashes and the eyeliner that I have on, and really I only did the eyeliner so I could put on the lashes because it was my lash glue as well. It was from Kiss. Those are the only two items that aren't like full face e.l.f. going on. And that's only because I actually didn't have enough time to go out and run and get some e.l.f. lashes. But honestly, I love Kiss lashes. The ones I have on right now are from Salon Perfect. These right here, they are the tight curl push up lashes with this packaging. So this is the lash that I have on right now, if you guys were wondering. But that's the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm telling you guys, if you have not yet tried e.l.f. because you thought it was like just a cheap brand or was like not as good, because I'm telling you, when e.l.f. first came out, it wasn't that good, but it has truly upped its game. It's one of my favorite brands to work with, and like just use their products. It's my favorite. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.